Greetings, friends. My name is Lynn from Yoga Collective, and I am here today at the beautiful Free Spirit Hostel in Puerto Engabao, Ecuador, to share with you a beautiful full body awareness flow for those moments where we might not have a significant amount of time to be able to dedicate towards our asana practice. So let's get started. Start by standing at the top edge of your mat, grounding the soles of the feet underneath the hips, aligning the spine by gently tilting the pelvic bowl down towards the earth, pulling the navel back towards your spine, and on an inhale, reaching the arms up overhead, feeling that full body integrity here. Deep breath in, reach up a little higher. Exhale, forward fold. Hooking on to opposite elbows here, allowing the crown of the head to hang heavy towards the earth. An extension from the hips, from the shoulders, from the neck, and allowing all the tension in the jaw to release. Start to gently rock the soles of the feet, distributing the weight from the heels to the toes, and back from the toes to the heels. Pausing for a moment here with that even weight distribution from both the feet. Releasing the elbows on an inhale, come to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway rise, drawing the palms underneath the shins and finding length from the crown of the head to the tailbone. Fill the lungs once again. Deep breath in. Exhale and bow to the crown of the head, folding from the hips. We'll do that 2 more times. Inhale, come to Ardha Uttanasana, halfway lie. Exhale and bow. Last cycle. Inhale as you rise. And exhale as you bow. Sinking deep into the hips, bending the knees generously. Allow the finger pads to come down to the earth. Stepping back with the left sole of the foot, allowing the left knee to come down to the mat. Untuck the toes. On an inhale, reach the arms up. Sink heavy from the hips. Shoulders are active, yet there's this sense of surrender and softness. Notice the sensation in the breath, pulling it deep below the navel. Inhale, pull length from the fingertips. As you exhale, binding the right hand over to the right hip, turning the left thumb over to the right side of the body. Your in-breath will allow the left hand to rise, and your out-breath will take a side body hinge, bringing the left thumb down towards the earth, pressing the hips gently over to the left, and coming back into the breath. Following the movement of your next inhale, gently begin to realign the spine, pulling up from the left middle finger, and as you exhale, grounding down from that left palm. Keeping the right hand grounded at the right hip, take a full breath in. Exhale and draw the right shoulder open, pulling that shoulder up and back, shifting your gaze out over the elbow. If this feels okay, you can choose to stay here. Otherwise, adding an extension, reaching the right fingers up over the right shoulder. Stay connected to the flow of the breath for 1 more cycle. Inhale, get a little longer. And exhale, close the shoulders, framing out over that right foot. Tent up to the finger pads and gently be able to shift the weight back into the hips. Here we're going to lift the toes off the earth, pulling them back towards our shin, gently pressing the heel down into the mat as you pull the right hip back. Allow the heart to shine towards the front. Crown of the head is an extension of the tailbone. Full breath in. Full breath out. Following the path of the next inhale, start to reestablish the bend into that right leg. One more time, lifting the arms up, Ajnayasana. Pulling it up from the middle fingers, soften through the shoulders, soften the belly, heavy through the hips. Full body inhale as we reach the fingers up towards the sun. Exhale, fold and frame out over the right leg. Curl under the left toes, extend the back leg, and step the right foot back to meet the left, coming into high plank. Pausing for a moment here, tilting the tailbone forward, squeezing the core, finding the breath. Inhale, shift the weight forward. Exhale, slow lower down. Allow the belly to rest on the earth. Untuck the toes. Get light from the hands, or choose to hover the hands completely. On an inhale, get strong from the back body. Start to breathe in as you peel the chest away from the earth, keeping this sense of groundedness from the tops of the feet. Follow the out breath all the way back down. 2 more cycles. Inhale as you lift the chest. Exhale as you lower. 1 more. Inhale. And exhale. Heavy through the hands here. Get a nice solid secure connection, pressing evenly down through all 10 of your finger pads. Pull the elbows back. Get strong through the core. Take a full breath in. Exhale for Bhujangasana, Cobra Pose. Press the pubic bowl down into the mat. Shoulders roll back towards the hips, and breath pulls deep below the navel. Full inhalation. Exhale, slow roll down. Curl under the toes, lift from the knees, and come up to downward facing, Adho Mukha Svanasana. Tailbone is high, heart presses back towards the thighs, and the crown of the head is heavy from the hips. 3 rounds of breath. Inhale and extend your right heel high. Keep the hips neutral and point the toes down. Take a full breath in, see if you can lift that heel a little higher. As you exhale, drag the knee through the chest, taking a big step forward, coming into high lunge. With your breath, rise with intention. Sink down through the back heel, tilt the pelvic bowl forward. Soften the shoulders and breathe. Take an inhale as you are. Exhale, sink a little deeper. Full breath in. Exhale, 45 the chest. Start to shift the heart over the thigh, reaching forward from the fingertips, pulling back from the right hip. Get light through that back foot. Bring the palms to touch and the hands float to heart center as you start to transition forward, coming into Virabhadrasana 3, Warrior 3. You always have the option to bring the fingers to the ground to assist with balance, or creating a challenge by just keeping the hands to heart center. Ensuring that there is this micro bend in the right leg and that the hips are nice and neutral. We don't want that left hip tilting up. We want to make sure that it's keeping nice and parallel. Long line of energy from the heel to the crown of the head. We're here for 1 more cycle. Following the next inhale, begin to rise with control. Regrounding, placing the left foot back underneath the hip and pausing for a moment in Tadasana. Rolling the shoulders up towards the ears, squeezing the blades together behind the back body and settling them away from the head. 3 rounds of breath here. Our next in-breath will invoke the movement, reaching the arms up towards the sun. Exhale, swan dive, forward fold. Get heavy from the head, heavy from the hips. Inhale, Ardha Uttanasana, halfway rise. And exhale, fold once again. Soft bend in the knees here. Bring the fingertips down to the earth. Step back with the right sole of the foot and come down to the right knee. Feeling that nice bone stacking, the left knee over the left ankle. And when you're ready, rise up. Untucking the back toes, sinking heavy from the hips, strong from the arms, but soft from the shoulders. Find your breath. Inhale to get a little taller from the spine. Exhale, the left hand comes to the left hip. Turn the right thumb over to the left side body. Full breath in as you pull up from that right middle finger. And exhale, hinge over to the left as you bump the hips slightly to the right. Allow your inhale to create this stretch from the inside out. Breathing into the rib cage, breathing into the belly. Full body experience. Allowing the next inhale to create that sense of neutrality in the spine. Exhalation, bringing the right palm down to the earth, connecting all 5 finger pads evenly. Fill the lungs. Exhale as you rotate that shoulder up and back, left shoulder up towards the sun. Shift your gaze out over that backhand. Option to hold or extend, reaching the arm up, creating length from the middle finger to the shoulder. One more cycle. Inhale as you are. Exhale, fold and frame out over that left leg. Start to walk the weight back into the hips, coming into that half splits, pulling the toes back towards the shin, pressing down from the heel, lifting slightly from the heart, and elevating the crown of the head away from the tailbone. Tap back into the breath. Follow your next inhale, reground from the left sole of the foot, rebend through the left knee. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, settle in. One more time, inhale, lengthen up. Exhale, fold and frame out over that left leg. Curl under the back toes, extend the right knee, and step the left leg back to meet the right, coming into high plank. Grip down through all 10 of your finger pads. Get strong through the heels, strong through the shoulders. Full breath in. We'll shift the weight forward onto the toes, into the crown of the head. Pull the elbows back as you exhale for Chaturanga Dandasana. Option to rest the belly or hold and hover. Inhale, open the chest, Bhajangasana. Pull the heart forward, send the shoulders back. Full breath in. Exhale, downward facing. Take your time as you arrive. Grounding down from the heels, lifting high from the tailbone, and melting from the heart. Breathe. Inhale, extend the left heel high, toes point down, hips stay neutral. Full breath in. Exhale, drag the knee across the chest, big controlled step forward, coming into a high lunge. Take your time, rise with intention. Tilting the pelvic bowl forward, drop down from the back heel. Activate through the fingers, soften through the shoulders. Notice the sense in the core, navel towards the spine, and breathe. Inhale, pull up from the fingers. Exhale, start to 45 the chest, leaning the weight of the body over the left thigh without resting. Bring the palms to touch, get strong through that left foot, left thigh. Get light from the right toes and start to transition forward, pulling the hands to heart center. Parallel the hips, extend the heels out from the crown of the head. Again, checking in with that hip placement. We don't want the right hip pulling up. We want to make sure that it is nice and neutral. Body is strong. If you can't get the chest parallel, of course, we can always come up a little higher. So find what fits for you. Breathe here. Last cycle. Following that next inhale, gently parallel the head over the heart, grounding down from the right sole of the foot. Release the hands. We'll take a sway from the upper body, bringing the hands just to a space of neutral and starting to sway from side to side. Start to slow the motion down. Coming back into center. Heel toe the feet back together so the heels are underneath the hips. On an inhale, reach the arms up. Allow the palms to connect. Exhale, soften the shoulders. Full breath in, pull up. Exhale, hinge over to the left side. Press the weight into the right. Hold here. Make sure that the shoulder is not rolling in front of the face. We want to make sure that it's rolling open and back. Again, that inhalation allows the body to stretch from the inside out. Inhale, bring yourself back to center. Exhale and hinge over to the right. Bumping the hips to the left. Integrity in the top arm. And breathe. Inflow brings the hands back over the hips. Full breath in, pull up a little bit more length. Exhale, add a back bend, lift the heart, look up and lean back. Inhale to center. Exhale, forward fold. Full breath in, Ardha Uttanasana. Deep breath out, Uttanasana, forward fold. Soft to the knees. Try to sit as far back as you can here, exploring that range of motion in the low of the body. Take your time, use the hands as assists if you need to, and we'll gently begin to roll the weight of our body back onto our sit bones, situating yourself so that your bottom is in the center and the legs are out long in front, removing the flesh away from the bone, coming into Paschimottanasana. Inhale, reach the arms up. Exhale, hinge forward. Allow yourself a space of surrender here. Releasing tension in the back body, in the backs of the legs, and in the jaw. One more round. Inhale to allow the head to restack over the heart, allowing the palms to come underneath the shoulders, pressing just a gentle weight into the hands to activate the shoulders and lift from the spine, breathing into the belly just for a moment. As we start to transition onto our back body, slightly scooch your butt into the middle of the mat and gently roll onto your back body, pulling the knees into the chest for a nice tight squeeze for Apanasana and a gentle sway from side to side. Eventually moving your body back into a space of stillness, keeping the right knee hugged in, send the left heel out long. Pull the right knee up into the chest, and press down from the left sole of the foot. Taking the left hand to the external side of the right knee, allow the right arm to T, filling the lungs here at center, and emptying as you twist. As we settle into this position, relax any tension in the jaw and the face, in the left shoulder and the left grip, in the right shoulder, and allow your body just to arrive into this position. No need to force, just coaxing the body open. Led by your next inhale, create a space of neutrality in the spine, pulling the right knee back into the center of the chest. Inhaling as you lift the forehead in the direction of the kneecap, curl up into a tight little ball. Exhale as you reground, elongating the spine and switching out the legs. Right heel comes long as the left knee pulls into the chest. Press down from the right heel up through the left knee. Spinal twist. Our right hand comes to the external side of the left knee as our left arm falls to T. Take a full breath in and exhale as you twist. Finding that same sense of surrender and care as you did on the other side. Soften and release. Use the inhale to invoke the movement. Gently realign the spine, pulling the left knee back into the chest, nice tight squeeze, and allowing the right knee to rejoin. Hands will thread to the inside of the knees, reaching for the bottoms of the feet, pulling the knees down towards the earth, the heels and the hips up towards the sun. Option to stay here in stillness, or if you would like to add a little bit of movement, you can take a gentle sway from side to side. Eventually, moving your way back into a space of static, releasing the soles of the feet, letting them connect on the earth, knees hang heavy open for Supta Baddha Konasana. Taking our hands to that space where the thigh and the hip bone meet, getting heavy through the meaty parts of the hands. Take a full breath in. As you exhale, press down on the tops of the thighs and up into the shoulders as if you are trying to spread yourself in half, creating this beautiful traction on the back body. Big belly breaths, breathing deep below the navel for 2 more cycles. Inhale as you are. Exhale, gently release. Allow the hands to rest on the belly. If you feel comfortable in this position, feel free to stay as you are. Or if you would like, we can take traditional Shavasana, extending the heels out long from the hips, taking up space on the mat, however feels accessible and authentic for you. Pausing here, noticing the quality of the breath, the contents of the mind, and experiencing the space around you as well as within you. You can feel free to stay here for the duration of whatever suits you. And as you're ready, with an inhale, we'll reach the arms up overhead, taking a nice full body stretch, pressing through the feet, flexing and maybe pointing to the toes, and taking the fullest breath that you've taken all day. In through the nose, slight hold at the top. Exhale and allow the hands to come back down towards the hips. We'll repeat that 2 more cycles. Inhale, reach the arms up. Slight hold. Exhale, release. One more round. Relaxing for the body for one more breath. Finding a space of transition that allows you to come from the supine position to a seated position. Whatever that looks like for you, you could rock right up or roll over to one side using the top hand as strength just to gently press yourself to a seated position. Whatever you choose, finding integrity from the back body, softening or closing the eyes. Noticing the energetics in the body, the stories in the mind, and the rhythm of the heart. Bringing our hands to connect at that space between the brow. Falling further into the darkness behind the eyelids and deeper down inside yourself, pausing for a moment here to honor and recognize that light, that fire, that source that provides this gift of the human experience. Cultivating a sense of gratitude, appreciation, and wonder. Honoring and recognizing the teachers and the teachings that have come before us that pass down these traditions to cultivate a life of peace and wisdom. It has been my honor to guide you through this practice today. Together we bow.